Welcome back to the jump room, guys. It's gonna be just an audio. Honestly, I didn't feel like turning the camera on. I wasn't intentionally to make this video, but I was on Twitter talking to some other people and Facebook, and I mentioned how I saw Super7 figures at a local Books A Million for $10 a piece on clearance, and it got us talking about Super7 and their $20 price tag. And depending on where you're buying them at, it could be even more than that. There's a store that's in a lot of malls, if people still go to the malls, called FYE. I say it stands for fuck, you're expensive, because that's what I say every time I go in that store. And sometimes if you find Super7 there, they can push up to $25, $30. I've seen them around that. But good thing when they're on clearance, like at Books A Million or somewhere else, they do drop down to about $10, which I think is more reasonable for these figures. But it got us talking, why are these figures so high? I mean, they're Star Wars size. Most of them are 3.75. They're cheap looking, to be honest with you. I know they're going for a retro look, but they are cheap looking also. The card art always looks really good. The figures look good too, I think, for what they're going for. You know, if this was something, they were going for something that looked more like it was made today, I could say, hey, that looks cheap, but we get what they're going for. A lot of these figures aren't really made to be open and played with. They're more, I see these Super7s more as art pieces. Sure, you can get them, open them up, stand them up, and they look really cool, but they are giving us some lines that we would never get. I mean, I saw Pee Wee Herman the other day. I've seen so many Super7 lines that we just wouldn't get. And it comes down to, why is this thing so high? I mean, there's a Star Trek Next Generation line of Super7s. I would love to have them, but again, they're $20 a pop. And when you come buying every crew member at $20 a pop, you're going to be spending almost $100, maybe more, trying to get all these. So why is this so expensive? And it comes down to what I'm sure we all know. I don't think there's anyone really out there that's scratching their head saying, why is this so expensive? But I thought I would throw this up just in case there are a few that maybe not really thought about it. And that reason it's so high is license rights. They got to get the license right. This is a lot smaller toy company. Now, back when Super7 first started to hit with these retro figures they call Reaction, they teamed up with Funko, and Funko could help them eat some of the costs. We had a big major company behind them, so they could sell them for about $10. They got into more stores at the time, although now Reaction I'm starting to see at least in Target, but I don't think they've hit Walmart yet, have they? It could be wrong, but the more stores they get into, the more they can produce these and the cost can come down. But this company's doing major movie lines, and they're going to pay a lot for a license fee. Trust me, they're paying a lot. And they're also having to pay some of the other toy companies. There's a line of Masters of the Universe Reaction figures. You don't think Mattel's getting a cut of that? They're getting a cut of it. There's the G.I. Joe line. You don't think Hasbro's got their hands into that? They do. There's Transformers. There's Thundercats. There's even, believe it or not, a Ninja Turtle Reaction line. And you don't think Playmates is getting a little kickback from Super7? Believe me, they are. But I am like you. At times I think, man, I really love these Reaction lines if they were closer to the $10 mark. Either I'll wait to find them on clearance if I can, or I just won't get the line, because you might buy one, but to get a complete line, it's going to cost you too much. And I see a lot of people online complaining about the price of Super7. You have to again think this is a smaller toy company. As it grows and a lot more companies want them to make these licenses, then you'll start seeing the price drop. Let's say they do one of them obscure movie lines or something, let's say like Red Dawn. That's not going to be a toy that appeals to everybody. Even something like Ninja Turtles, that's going to be a limited market. You're going to have your Ninja Turtle fans that want retro, and that's about it. If it was a bigger company, let's see, like Hasbro, they could ship thousands of these to Walmart, Kmart, Target, whatever, and flood the market with it. They could produce so many that they wouldn't have to sell so many to make their money back. But a smaller toy company like Super7, they can't risk flooding the market with these. They can't risk overproducing, so they're going to produce a limited number that they know what stores are going to take and how many they're probably going to sell. And sure, they're going to produce too many at times also. That's why you see them on clearance sometime, like at Books A Million for $10. But they got to try to keep production down and cost at a price where they can make a profit. But these figures are a really niche market, so you can understand why the price is so high. Especially, let's be honest, everything's going up now, so these are probably going to go up more than $20. If these stay at $20, I'm going to be surprised. Sadly, everything's going up. We know we've had a price increase with Hasbro. We're going to see it all over the board. Gas costs more. cost more to get these to the stores, gonna cost more to produce these, gonna cost more to ship them. You know everything's gonna go up. But $20 for Super 7, is it high? Yes, it is high. But what do we expect? I mean, these license deals, they are not cheap to get. These studios that own the license for these films, they're not giving them away. So what happens when Super 7 has to pay a lot for a license fee? Well, they're going to recoup their money from you, from the people buying the toys. At the end of the day, we might love Super 7 toys, we might love these toys here and there, but their bottom line is making a profit. And they're not going to make a profit at $10 a figure when they have a toy company they might have to share some of the money with. So they're not really making a profit at that $10. Again, you have to pay for the rights. That's a lot of money right there. And then you got the retail stores getting their cuts out of it. You got the other toy companies that are kind of borrowing this license from. They're getting a piece of the pie. Everyone's getting a piece of pie. And at the end of the day, Super 7, after they share up all them pieces of pie, they're going to want a profit to keep doing this, or there's no reason to do it. No one's going to make toys for free. Anyway, I've seen some people on social media say, why is Super 7 so high? And I think in the bottom we kind of know. Sometimes we don't want to admit that we know, or we don't want to accept that, hey, they're trying to screw us, or hey, they're trying to just make a profit. Yeah, they're trying to make a profit, but they're not making, a huge profit to get super rich off this. I'm sure they're doing really well. I mean, they keep buying other licenses, they keep making more stuff, so I'm sure they're doing really well. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people eating out of this Super 7 retro pie. And when there's a lot of people taking a piece of that pie, the price is gonna be high. So next time you see someone complaining, upset, or saying, Super 7, they're too expensive, just let them know that, yeah, they're expensive, and they might be too expensive for me, they may be too expensive for you, but we do understand why the cost of them is so high. Sadly, because I do wish that these retro figures had retro prices. Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, thumb up so you like my content. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.